Hello, I am ZHAO Chuang. Let's draw the forelimbs of Wuerhosaurus. Although there are not many fossil materials of Wuerhosaurus, a partial humerus of the forelimb has rarely been preserved, allowing us to understand the forelimbs of this dinosaur. Wuerhosaurus is closely related to Stegosaurus, but its forelimbs show a prominent difference, that is, its forelimbs are extremely short. This is also an intriguing feature currently known among stegosaurians. Of its forelimbs, we have only discovered its humerus, which is its upper arm. This bone is only 32 centimeters long, about 30 centimeters, extremely short, just the same length as a human arm. It's hard to imagine that the forelimbs of a behemoth are similar to ours. Therefore, when drawing its forelimbs, we should present them very short, a bit like the short legs of a hippo, stocky and chubby. We can choose an angle that allows us to see the structure of the forelimbs clearly. We can observe its body at this approximate angle to see a partial chest, shoulders, and forelimbs. We will try to present these aspects, which also allow us to know how the forelimbs of this dinosaur act during standing. For stegosaurians, their forelimbs often had their fingers pointing slightly outward instead of entirely forward. Try to present this feature well in this drawing. We have also discovered the hoof-shaped nails of Wuerhosaurus. Based on other stegosaurians, we know that despite it having 5 fingers, only 2 of them had nails. Now, let's get started. Begin with its body. Draw its neck in this position, use some folds to show the boundary between the neck and the body, and briefly sketch the muscles on the neck. Here is the junction between the 2 shoulder blades wrapped in massive muscles. In the front of the arms, at the intersection of the scapula and coracoid, a large triangular muscle was situated at the base of the shoulder. This muscle was connected to the biceps on the inside and the triceps on the rear. Its upper arms were sturdy and short. We can draw the forearm rounder and the wrist to be plumper. Of its 5 fingers, the first 2 were more prominent, while the last 3 looked round. Then, let's draw the other arm. The upper arm was short, and the forearm was also very short. Then, draw its fingers. We can only see the 2 inner fingers. This dinosaur's forelimbs would be slightly splayed outward when walking, so from this angle, we can see its 2 inner fingers, and a bit of another 2 on the outer side. Then, we can sketch and show its muscles. After drawing them with lighter lines, we can trace the contour with relatively solid brushstrokes to make the lines of the entire picture more apparent. Where the 2 structures of its body intersect, such as the connection between the torso and the arm, we can darken this part a bit, making the lines thicker to give it the illusion that this part is in shade. Draw some folds on the back of the elbow. Also, do the same where the armpits connect to the torso. Then, draw the belly. Now, let's show its plump forelimbs. In this drawing, we'll focus on using lines to depict these textures. When drawing these lines, we should pay attention to the changes in thickness, making the line end in the appearance of the tip of brushstrokes of the calligraphy so that the lines look more vivid and flexible. On the wrist, we can draw some wrinkles based on extant large animals. When drawing the outer outline, we can draw it thicker. However, for structures such as wrists or nails, we can use slightly thinner lines or even disconnect some lines. The two outermost fingers can be vaguely seen at this position. Then, inside this thick contour, we can add more details with thin lines. For example, we can draw a little shade at these locations. Slightly draw some shadows on the edge of the outline to give the object a three-dimensional effect. No need to draw too many. When drawing shades, we try to follow the direction of its folds, or the direction of the body structure. We can also draw a bit on its belly to make it rotund. On the fingers, we can also depict a little shade. Then, highlight the shade on the inside of the other arm. Finally, we draw the cast shadow on the ground and the texture on the nails simultaneously. Good. Like this, we finished drawing the forelimbs of Wuerhosaurus.